In a quiet, ordinary neighborhood lived a girl named Ilara. To the world, she was just another child, but inside her mind, a universe was being forged from pain and terror. Her story began when the very person meant to protect her became the architect of her deepest nightmares. Each cruel act left more than just bruises. It fractured her soul. And when escape was impossible, her mind did something extraordinary to survive. It built protectors. She was a gentle voice, singing lullabies to drown out the sounds of fear whenever the world went dark. Then came Kai, a furious teenage boy who materialized as an unseen shield, his rage a barrier against the constant danger. Nia followed, the quiet caretaker, forever cleaning and apologizing, desperately hoping that order could somehow erase the chaos. And there was Ash, the watcher, detached and calm, with an uncanny ability to predict threats before they arrived. These weren't imaginary friends. They were fragments of Ilara's consciousness, pieces of a brilliant mind rewriting itself to endure the unbearable. As Ilara grew, so did her inner world. New alters emerged, each with a specific purpose. Some were there to absorb the pain, others to forget it, and some simply to exist when she couldn't. The physical abuse eventually stopped, but the torment inside her mind raged on. Luna still hummed in the darkness. Kai continued to fight invisible enemies, and Nia kept trying to scrub away a guilt that was never hers to carry. Ilara's body had healed, but her mind remained a battlefield of echoes. Every voice was a haunting reminder that safety was never guaranteed. Years later, a fragile thread of hope appeared in the form of therapy. Dr. Moreo didn't just hear Ilara. She truly listened. When she looked at Ilara and said, "I believe you," the silence that followed was louder and more profound than any scream had ever been. For the first time, the walls inside Ilara's mind began to tremble. But healing didn't arrive as a gentle peace. It erupted as chaos. Memories long buried resurfaced like ghosts. Voices argued in her sleep. Drawings she had no memory of creating appeared in her notebooks. One day, during a session, it wasn't Ilara who spoke. A small, trembling voice came through her lips. It was Luna, whispering, "He's coming back." In that moment, Ilara grasped a cruel, fundamental truth. Trauma doesn't end just because the abuser is gone. It lingers in your breath, your posture, your heartbeat. It becomes a second life you never chose. Her diagnosis finally came: Dissociative Identity Disorder. And with that name, Ilara saw not madness, but brilliance. She saw a mind that had fiercely refused to die, a mind that had constructed 1,000 walls to keep her safe. Over the years, she began to meet more of herself. There was tiny Ivy, who existed only to cry the tears Ilara couldn't. There was Reed, who communicated only through his powerful drawings. And then there was Mara, a woman made of calm and compassion, who would whisper in Ilara's darkest hours, "You are safe now." Ilara started to understand that healing wasn't about erasing her altars to become one single person again. It was about learning to love the many who had kept her alive. It was about learning to listen to the symphony of survival playing within her. The day her father was finally brought to justice, she stood in the courtroom, trembling but utterly unbroken. One by one, her voices surfaced. Luna, Kai, Neoich took their turn, speaking the unspeakable truth of their shared past. It wasn't one woman testifying. It was an orchestra of survival, each note a testament to their resilience. 40 long years later, justice was served. It wasn't the kind that could erase the pain, but the kind that finally, powerfully acknowledged it. Today, Ilara still lives with her voices. They are no longer prisoners of her past, but companions on her journey, living reminders of her incredible strength. She no longer tries to silence them. Instead, she listens, she thanks them, and she loves them. They are not symptoms. They are sacred memories of endurance. Ilara's story teaches us that trauma is not a sign of weakness, but a profound testament to adaptation. It shows that the human mind can rebuild itself even from the ruins of innocence. She is not broken. She is a magnificent mosaic of strength. The girl who once built a world inside her mind now walks confidently through the real one, carrying every voice, every memory, every version of herself. Not as a burden, but as proof that even the most shattered souls can still shine. Thank you for listening to Ilara's incredible story of resilience. If her journey moved you, please consider sharing this video and subscribing to our channel for more stories that inspire and empower. Your support helps us amplify voices that deserve to be heard.